Now, how did you form your whole relationship with Future?
With Future, Future was a guy, just like a lot of the other Atlanta artists. It was a guy that we ran into each other a long time ago. I remember Future and Scooter was rapping on my tracks before I even knew him. Back in the day, man, I had tracks all over the city, just, and people would get them how they can get them. And Future's one of the guys that, he started bubbling. He started rapping on a few of my tracks. Then he started coming over to the house. Rocco brought him over. Then he'll come over by himself. And, we just formed a relationship like that. Anybody I think that's good or that can make it or that's a star or that has the gift, I set aside my talent and time to work with them just for the simple fact they could be the next big star. So we always had we had a long-term relationship. It's just now getting back to us working like real close with each other.
It was interesting because when Future came out, you know, Jay-Z had kind of dissed AutoTune, and I kind of felt like hip hop was becoming anti-AutoTune. Like 808 and Heartbreaks had come out, and people weren't really feeling that whole direction that Kanye was taking, and people, were kind of getting a little tired of T-Pain, I felt at the time, and his particular style. And then Future came out doing AutoTune, but doing it a little bit differently, and I felt like after that, everyone started fucking with it again.
Yeah, yeah. That's how much the street edge has influence on this music. Like, it don't matter if you're using auto-tune or distortion on your voice. If you really talking, the new thing, you talking with the new slang, you really in tune with the streets, in tune with what's going on, people, they're gonna be attracted to that.
Well, I mean, Future's actually, he's part of, the Dungeon family, like family-wise. He's like one of their cousins, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I remember talking to Corrupt off camera, and he was telling me how, like the Dungeon family produced some of his like early albums, and he was saying how Future as a little kid would be right there in the studio with him. You know what I mean? He definitely comes from that long kind of real musical background, and like I think like the father, the main dude in Dungeon family, was in a band called Brick, and it just goes back to like the '70s.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you guys first started working together, were you guys doing the auto tune? Like, was that like one of your ideas, his ideas? Like, how'd that come together?
Well, when AutoTune came out, it was just like everybody's using AutoTune now. It's, that was just something you just have to use. It made me start recording. Once I got AutoTune, I said, you know what, I want to do me some songs. So it was just, the most popular thing, and I think it was just something that it just stuck with Future. It just became a part of how he liked to record or how he liked to sound, and he never, he never got off of it.
Okay, so when you guys first started working together, you guys were using AutoTune?
Not the very first, no, because when we first started working together, it wasn't no AutoTune. Like AutoTune wasn't really popular really as much then. They were just rapping. Even if you sing, you weren't really using AutoTune if you sung something. It just, I guess when AutoTune came in, it took over. It just took over everything. So everybody was using AutoTune on something.
Okay, so you and Future started fucking around with AutoTune in your sessions early on. I mean, like after that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I do it. I started putting AutoTune on every artist every rapper that came in the studio, even if they didn't ask for it.
Oh, okay, so you were going AutoTune crazy.
Yeah, I was going AutoTune crazy.
Future's big song was with Young Chris, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the song name again?
Racks on Racks.
Racks on Racks on Racks, right. And Future did the hook.
Yep.
Did you produce that or no?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay. And that's when Future, I think, got on everyone's radar, right after that.
Yeah, right then, yep.
Because people were like, no, the hook is actually by this other dude.
Yeah, yep.
Right. And then you started hearing all this Future shit come out.
Yep.
Okay, and that was a bunch of the work that you guys did?
Yep, on every mixtape he dropped. It was from the first one, 1,000 to Dirty Sprite to Streets is Calling to what came after that? Well, every tape that he came out with, that's when we started working real close.
Are you surprised at all that he is where he is right now?
No, not at all. He's one of those guys that, You know, it's very few guys that come in that can really take over and really, you know, make their stamp in Atlanta. He was one of the guys that at a certain time anybody would listen to his Future. You know, like how when Gucci first got popping, it's like everything is Gucci Mane. All people is playing is Gucci Mane. Future had that time too, so I knew he was gonna be here. I knew he wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I go to Atlanta, I go to the Future Club. It seems like that's
now
all. Like
it's all
every
over
second,
again.
third song is going to be a Future song.
Yeah, he back to where he was when when he came out with Dirty Sprite, where it's like when you go in the club, you're gonna hear the majority of Future songs. They're gonna be Future songs.
Yeah, and it seems like he's keeping it going.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You know, because I'd heard Commas a while ago, but now it seems like it's finally really starting to blow up.
Yeah, it's starting to catch, yeah.
Eminem is a king in his own right. He has changed hip hop. Before Eminem, all the white guys you would probably try to say, and I'm not dissing any of them, but besides the Beastie Boys, was kind of dressing black, was kind of trying to be black.
Gucci being the guy that he is, as soon as he would introduce me to somebody else that's big or major or meant something to him, he'll brag about me, but he'll brag the fact that I don't drink, smoke, or cuss or